Good afternoon, everyone. So I am here for part 2 of my lovely book club. Now, I am doing a book club, for those of you that are watching for the first time, on manifestation. And what I'm doing is I'm reading through this lovely, lovely book, which is called Manifest: 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life by Roxie Nafousi. Now, obviously, all Roxie's links will be below, both where to purchase the book and also to get in contact with Roxie. Now, if you haven't already watched part 1 of this series, please stop now and go back and watch part 1. Otherwise, it will not make sense. But a couple of things I just wanted to reiterate. First of all, as I said, the purpose of me doing this and my intent behind doing this book club is I have been using manifestation in my life for a long while. And it is completely transformed my life. It really has. Now, Bryce and I, Bryce from Esoteric Atlanta, and I are doing a series on the benefits of meditation. And for me, meditation skills and practice of meditation and manifesting go very much hand in hand. But when my daughter came across this lovely book that I keep holding up, like my little tool, I just thought, wow, I got my own copy because she was enjoying it so much. And you'll see why, because there's places to annotate and make notes and everything throughout the book. But what I loved about it, as I said in part 1, is it's really simple. And I'm saying that as a massive compliment to the author, because a lot of people that I know are sometimes put off manifesting like they are meditation, because there's so much information out there, it can be a bit overwhelming. So just to reiterate, it's really important for me to reiterate that my intent behind reading this book, and I'm going through a different chapter each of my little videos, is one, I love sharing information for people. You know, my whole purpose for the channel, my channel, is to raise consciousness through curiosity, to try new things and incorporate things that are working for you into your everyday life. And by me reading through this book, I don't want you to not buy the book. I'm really hoping that if you like it, you can support this lovely author and buy the book. All the links are below. Plus, there's a lot of local bookshops selling it as well, for those of you that don't want to buy off the big corporates. Because when we vote with our dollars, when we vote with our money, we really are supporting the energy that we want putting out into the world. So I'm really loving this. Thank you so much for all the kind comments that we have first time. And what I'm going to do is just read the next section of the book. So last time we got up to page 8, which was basically the introductory sessions. And now we are on to step 1, which is page 9. So what I'm going to do, as is before, is I'm going to start reading through this chapter with you and just making a few comments of things that I'm feeling as I go along. But before I start talking of manifesting, now my friend Andrea, who helps me with all my social media and everything, and I have been talking for ages about doing our own clothing brand, because I personally love wearing clothing that inspires me and is sort of incorporating the energy and the words and the things I want to put out into the universe. And then, as a lot of the friends know, Bryce introduced me to the amazing Liz, or Elizabeth Oliveira, and she has got her own clothing company. And all the links will be below. She's got a brilliant Etsy shop. She's a fantastic young, very awake mum, setting up her own business. Her son Levi's birthday was on the 22nd, and he was 2. Now, this is my latest order. I wanted, because I'm in the UK and it's cold, long sleeved top. So this is the one that Bryce and I sort of asked to be made, which is the more I learn, the less I know one. And I will be modeling various of her designs. But for those who are in the UK, this is an extra small and it fits me perfectly. It's really soft material. It's a really nice cut. It's got lovely cuffs and everything. The color is really, really nice. It's not quite shown in its full glory because of the computer screen, but it's a really nice sort of olive green. So anyone who wants to support Liz, this is all about supporting each other. There is a coupon code in the description box below, Passions, that gets you 15% off anything from her lovely shop. So I hope you love the stuff she's got on there. So enough about me and my wardrobe. Let's get on to step 1. Page 9. Step 1, be clear in your vision. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and then reality. And that's a quote from Robin Sharma. The first step of any manifestation journey is to be clear in your vision. To put it simply, you can't get to where you want to go if you don't know where it is you're headed. So before anything else, you need to have clarity on what you want the universe to provide you with. That's really important, actually. By the way, when I look up, it's normally me talking rather than reading from the book. It should be quite obvious, but it is so important because, you know, you're not going to set off on holiday without a clear indication of where you're going. And the same as when we're manifesting, the clearer we can be in our vision, but there's some buts coming up, so listen carefully. I should begin by explaining why knowing exactly what you want and then visualizing it is so important for manifestation. When we create an experience in our mind, our brain responds as if it's already happening. Neuroscientist Dr. Tara Swart explains in The Source that visualization works because there's surprisingly little difference to the brain between experiencing an event directly in the outside world and a strongly imagined vision of the same event. For example, if we visualize ourselves in a stressful scenario, our brain will respond as though it's really happening. Our nervous system will prepare for flight or fight and will release stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline. This will cause our heart rate to beat faster, our breath to shorten, and our blood pressure to rise. By imagining a stressful situation in our minds, we create a literal and physiological stress on our body. If, on the other hand, we imagine ourselves in a serene and peaceful setting, our brain will trigger the nervous system to calm down and encourage the body to relax. The images we form in our mind create a physiological change in our body and therefore have the power to influence the reality we then experience. So as we visualize ourselves having the things that we desire most, we will create a physiological change that will shift our energetic vibrational frequency and consequently determine what we attract into our lives by the law of attraction. Visualization helps us to manifest in another way too. When we start to regularly practice visualizing the things that we want, our brain responds by altering our behavior patterns and our interpretations of our surroundings in line with the imagined goal. It also becomes more perceptive and open to new opportunities that will align with our visualizations, whilst filtering out any unwanted information that does not. This means that we can literally prime our brains to drive us towards our desired future. Visualization is probably the most talked about manifesting tool in the media. Countless celebrities, athletes, and CEOs attribute much of their success to repeatedly visualizing their goals. Swimmer Michael Phelps, who won the gold at the Olympics a record-breaking 23 times, said he used visualization to prepare for all of his races. He would imagine not only winning, but also things going wrong and seeing himself overcome any challenges with ease. By visually rehearsing all the scenarios and always seeing the best possible outcome, he was able to go into any race totally prepared to win no matter what. Now, I find visualization really, really useful, and I use it from the very small things in life to really, really big things that are really, really important to me. Personally, before I do a visualization, I always go into a space of gratitude first. So that might be saying what I'm grateful for first. It might be writing down what I'm grateful for, or just visualizing what I'm grateful for. Because I find when I start from a place of gratitude, rather than perhaps a place of fear or stress, if it's something that's really, really important to you, I personally find it, this is a tip not in the book, but what I use, I personally find it much easier to get into my visualization space of what I do want. So just a little tip that's worked for me really well over the years. And again, what I love about the book is you've got these nice little summary sections that are really, really clear. So you can go back and mark those and just come up with some really good tips for yourself as well. The more elaborate the visualization, the more real it will feel and the more powerful it becomes. To really bring your visualization to life, try to gain clarity on as many details as you can. Be as specific as you can when you're designing your dreams. For example, if you're imagining your dream house, you can specify the location, the number of bedrooms, the layout. Can you see the color of the front door or picture the flowers in the garden? Think about your visualizations like this. If you were getting into the car to drive to the airport, you wouldn't just type in airport into Google Maps and then expect to be led there, would you? No, you would specify the exact airport and the exact terminal you wanted to end up at. Being vague in your visualization simply won't be enough. The more details you can include and the more specific you are, the clearer you will be in your vision. The real secret to effective visualization, though, is understanding that it's not enough just to see the things that you want in your mind. No, to visualize effectively for manifestation, you must immerse yourself in the feeling of having them. Remember, we attract what we feel. It's only when we can see what we want and then create the emotional experience of having it that we change our vibrational frequency. So when we imagine our dream home, for example, we must also imagine how it would actually feel to live in there. The more intensely we can create the feeling of having what we want, the more easily it will come into us. Similarly, if you want to manifest meeting your soulmate, then try to visualize not just your perfect partner, but how the relationship will make you feel. Can you conjure up those feelings of unconditional love, safety, warmth, and of being at home with someone? Whenever we use our visualizations to create a feeling within us, such as contentment, joy, confidence, or love, we raise our vibrational frequency, aka our vibe, which allows us to attract high vibe abundance back to us. Now, cats, can you see Coco on the couch there? She knows how to visualize exactly what she wants, and I pick up those messages really, really clearly. This feeling, we're going to talk a lot more about that, about not just visualizing it, but really, really feeling it. And this is also something that Joe Dispenza uses in all his meditations, which I will be covering in a different series. So like anything, for me, the secret to this is practice. So in your everyday life, it doesn't matter whether you're washing the dishes, driving to work, walking the dogs, taking the kids to school, you can really practice getting into a place of gratitude and then really visualizing a particular thing that you really want to bring into your life, to manifest into your life, and really get into the feeling of how it will feel to actually achieve that now, or to actually have experienced that, because we're looking to feel it as if it's already happened. And I promise you, the more you do this, the easier and easier it gets to get into that point. Some of you reading this may be thinking, I actually don't know what I want to manifest, and I'm finding it really challenging to visualize something specific that I want. You may not know what job you want, or where you'd like to be living, or how you want your life to look like 1 year from now. You may be at a pivotal moment in your life where you are seeking change, but you don't know which direction to take. If that's the case, then you're not alone. In fact, many people just seem to find the magic of manifesting when they are feeling lost, directionless, or stuck in their lives. Sorry, when you're feeling lost, directionless, or stuck in your lives. If this is you, then I encourage you to focus your visualization solely on how you want to feel. For example, you may want to manifest feeling more confident in yourself, more satisfied, more passionate, more driven, more in love, more at peace. You can absolutely manifest a feeling. I had a client who I worked with very closely last year. When she first came to see me, she was truly at her rock bottom. She had tried numerous types of therapy and healing techniques, but none of them seemed to be working and helping her to create a lasting change. She said to me, I know you speak a lot about manifesting. Do you think you could help me to manifest, even if I don't know what I want? I smiled at her and nodded. I asked her if she would be open to doing a meditation with me. She agreed, and I guided her to a place of relaxation then asked her to visualize herself in 6 months on from that moment. I asked her to try and identify how her future self would feel, encouraging her to really embody that feeling. After I'd brought her back into the present moment, she explained that what she wanted more than anything was to be able to wake up in the morning feeling energized and hopeful about the day ahead. Like many people who struggled with their mental or emotional health, that was not something she had felt for a long time. In taking her through this visualization and asking her to imagine how she wanted to feel, I'd enabled her to begin her manifesting journey. Within 6 months, not only was she waking up energized and excited about the day ahead, she had gone on to transform her internal and external world in every way. She was thriving in her work, in her personal relationships, and in her relationship with herself. And it all started with one thing, a feeling. Now, a lot of us find it really easy to sort of notice when we're feeling something negative like fear or stress. But what I'd really encourage you to do, it's a bit like gratitude, is to really take note when you're feeling something really positive. So, for example, this week, I've just been so happy, even without the electricity, even with other challenges going on. It hasn't taken about my feeling of real contentment and joy in life. And I absolutely know there's lots of things I do. I take my supplements, I drink my water, take all my stuff you hear me talking about. But the meditation and bringing that daily practice in, and my gratitude journal again. Now, I've always done this, but sometimes I can be a bit sporadic. And Bryce and I set a challenge a week ago to do a daily meditation. And I've been doing that. And in fact, I've been doing twice a day. I've been doing sort of about 2 half-hour ones, roughly speaking. And I'm really sure it's contributed to this real feeling of contentment and joy, and just seeing the good in most things around me. So that's another little tip for me. When visualizing your ideal future, visualize not just what you want to manifest, but the person that you want to be. In fact, the question, who do I want to become, might be the most important of the whole manifesting process. When you imagine your future self, the person you want to be tomorrow, next month, next year, ask yourself, how does this version of yourself feel physically, emotionally, and energetically? How does this version of you behave day to day? What habits do you commit to? How do you handle stressful situations? What values and beliefs do you hold? What kind of relationships are present in your life, and how do they make you feel? Get crystal clear on the person you want to be and love that person unconditionally from this very moment. Know that this version of you already exists within you, dormant but patiently waiting to be brought to life as you follow the rest of the steps in this book. The greatest gift that manifesting can offer us is not to help us attract things for us to possess, but to help us unleash the most empowered, authentic, self-loving, and truly magnificent version of ourselves that there is. I mean, I really don't need to add much to that, do I? It's so, so true. And when we're all really happy with ourselves and our own skin, then all these worldly problems really do disappear. They just don't exist in our world, and they can only exist in a world where we've got consciousness of the problem. So when we really focus on what person do I want to be, and then start embodying it and feeling it, I promise you, you'll notice huge shifts. So that's another thing I wanted to say. Please, please do let us know in the comments below, because it's lovely to see people encouraging each other, what you're noticing, if you're already doing this, or if it's something new to you and you're starting to put it into practice, because I really promise you, you're going to notice changes pretty jolly quickly. Whenever I want to immerse myself into a visualization of my future self, I use meditation. Great minds think alike. I simply sit in a quiet space and focus my attention on my breath and the rise and fall of my belly as I inhale and exhale. As I bring all my awareness into the present moment, I can feel my mind and body begin to relax. Once I'm in this relaxed state, I allow my imagination to take myself forward in time, and then I begin to create my visualization, filling it with colorful details and conjuring up strong feelings and emotions. I usually sit in my visualization for 10 to 15 minutes, and I repeat this 2 or 3 times a week. Repetition is really important, folks. All of this, the more we practice it, the more we wire our brains into this way of thinking. And that's been proven. There's so much research to prove that. So make sure you're consistent with it. If you're new to meditation, I suggest that you listen to a guided meditation to help you bring you to a relaxed state or to take you through your visualization. There are thousands available online. Explore a few to find a narrative voice that you really connect with. I love using YouTube as a resource for visualization meditations. Apps such as Calm and Headspace are also very popular and offer a variety of meditations to help bring you into a relaxed state. Alternatively, you can visit my website where I've created some specific manifesting meditations to help you all with your visualization. And I'll make sure the website link is below. It's www.roxienafousi.com, link below. Frequently asked question, can you manifest more than one thing at a time? Answer, yes, yes, yes. Many of us will have multiple things we want to manifest at any time. And as long as they align with one another, then you can absolutely manifest them all simultaneously. During a visualization meditation, however, try to connect just one goal or desired outcome at a time so that you can really sink into that imagined experience. That's really good advice. Once you have an idea of where you want to be, who you want to become, and the things you want to manifest in your life, you can create a vision board. A vision board is a visual representation of how you want your life to look. Making a creative vision board allows you to have a clearer overview of all the different things that you want to manifest into your life, whilst also adding another dimension to your visualization. Note, whenever you are visualizing the things you want or creating a vision board of your personal life, make a conscious effort to be completely authentic in what you want. In other words, it's important that you are not writing down what you think you should want or what someone else wants for you. For example, your parents, teachers, or partner. For your vision board to be effective, it must honestly represent the person you truly want to become. You must not compare your manifestation to anyone else's either. You don't have to want to manifest a mansion just because your best friend does. The most important thing to remember, though, is that manifestation is not about just attracting things into your life. Rather, it's about empowering yourself to live your best life. And let me remind you that the cliches are very much true. Contentment, true contentment and joy come not from material possessions, but from the relationships around us, from our sense of purpose, and from our ability to live in a way that reflects our most authentic self. So when you're deciding what you want to manifest, choose the things that will bring you the most fulfillment possible, and know that the only person who can decide what that is you. I've got a vision board. I'm not going to show you because it's very personal. And also, I think it's really important that people express themselves in their vision board in their own unique way, not be guided by perhaps what other people have on theirs. And I am actually going to be updating my vision board this weekend. So I'll let you know how that goes next week. You're going to see that the vision board is a living, breathing thing that you can update whenever you get the desire to do so. So we're now on page 17, creating your vision board. If you search online, you'll find a number of different ways to create a vision board. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You can create a vision board in any way you like, as long as you make something that best helps you visualize the life that you want to manifest. You can choose to design your own style of vision board, or you can follow along with me. Step 1, set the scene. Light some candles, play some relaxing music, and create a calm and meditative environment. Make your vision boarding exercise a sacred event for you to enjoy and indulge yourself in. 2, choose your medium. Take a large sheet of card or paper and choose whether you prefer to write down your goals using different colored pens, either in bullet points or as free-flowing description, or whether you want to use images, which you can either draw them yourself or cut out pictures or words from magazines or newspapers that reflect the things you want to draw into your life, or search for pictures online. And obviously you can use a combination of these. Choose whatever feels best for you. Just remember to have fun with it. Number 3, choose your timeline. At the top of the page, write the exact date by which you want to manifest what's on your vision board. You could choose to do a 6-month, 1 year, or even a 5-year vision board. Personally, I like to do all 3. I sometimes find that people can struggle to know and visualize what they want their life to look like 1 year ahead, yet they may feel much more able to visualize their life in 5 years' time, or vice versa. So if you're feeling a little stuck, remember, you can always choose a different timeline. Number 4, get in the zone. Before you start adding things to your board, make sure you're already embodying the feeling of your future self. Pause for a moment. Take a few deep breaths and imagine yourself exactly 6 months or 1 year or 5 years from now. Create a clear and vivid image in your mind as you ask yourself the following questions. How do I feel within myself? What kind of relationships surround me? What kind of home do I live in? What is my profession? What am I most proud of? What do I want to change in my life? What do I want to keep the same? As you answer these questions, allow yourself to be completely free in all your dreams, desires, and wants. Do not allow fear to hold back your imagination. Instead, take your mind's eye to the exact place that you want to be. Allow the image of your future self to really come to life as you sink into that visualization. Number 5, separate your life into categories. Now, this step is optional. The author says personally she loves to do this because it helps her clarify in what areas of my life rather than focusing just in one part. I agree. For me, I find this really, really useful. So split your vision board into 6 categories. Personal development, i.e. your personal growth, how you want to feel within yourself. Love and romance, career, friends and family, house or home, hobbies and leisure. Number 6, design your life. For each category, write down all the things that you want to manifest within it. If you're using cutout images, such as an image of your dream house, stick them onto your vision board. I would try to have a minimum of 3 things for each category, but there's no limit on how many things you can add to your vision board. And number 7, put it away. After creating your vision board, put it somewhere safe and set a reminder to come back to it on the date you wrote at the top. As the things on your vision board begin to manifest into your life and you begin to embody the person you've always wanted to be, your desires or goals may change or expand. As you grow, your dreams will grow too. Go with the flow and be totally flexible with your visualizations. If you want to go back and add something to your vision board or take something away, feel free to go and do that. Remember, you are the designer, curator, and architect of your life, and you always have the power to rearrange, alter, and dictate how you want it to look. That's really, really important. So that for me took, when I first started doing this, a lot of sort of my perceived nervousness around it, because it's not set in stone. Just start somewhere, and then you can come back to it and add to it and just have really fun doing with it. Some people like to do one with a close friend or a companion or something, and you can inspire each other, whilst other people prefer to do it on their own. It's completely individual, and try things out and you'll find what works for you. The important thing is to start. Knowing what you want is the first step of any manifesting process. But before I take you on to the next step, there's something I want you to remember. To truly understand who we want to become and to begin that journey towards meeting our most empowered selves, we must first let go of the person we once were and the person we thought we should be. Our past is equally as responsible for getting us to where we were today as it is for holding us back from where we want to go. Many of us hold a subconscious assumption that we are unchangeable. How many times have you heard or said the phrase, "A leopard never changes its spots"? This proverb literally tells us that it's impossible for someone to change. Or how many times have you said something along the lines of, I've just always been that way, or that's just who I am. Whilst they might just seem like little harmless expressions, they support an underlying belief that only one version of us can ever exist. This creates a lack of trust in our ability to transform, evolve, and grow, which serves only to hold us back from doing so. But change is not only possible, it's inevitable. The person you were yesterday is not the person you are today or the person you will be tomorrow. So, as you go forward on your manifesting journey throughout this book and beyond, I encourage you to honor your daily transformation. With each new day, honor who you are and the person that you want to become without being constrained by your past. It's okay to feel differently. It's okay to want something different, and it's okay to become someone new. Lean into it and allow the magic of manifesting to propel you into becoming your higher self. With each sunrise, we rise into someone new. As you embark on your manifesting journey, take time to really consider what exactly you want the universe to bring you, connecting to why you want it and how it will make you feel to have it. Be as specific as you can with your dreams, and if you can't yet visualize a thing, then recreate a feeling. Practice regularly sinking into a visualization of your future self, allowing the feeling of it to change your vibe instantly, while simultaneously directing your brain to begin driving you towards reaching that goal. Then have fun with your dreams. Create a vision board that represents your best life and allow it to become your reality as you continue uncovering my 7-step guide to manifesting. So that's the end of step 1. Now, you can see now why you need your own copy of the book, because you're going to want to follow those processes through. I find this a really, really good way to start your journey. Now, of course, it's just guidelines, so you can change it to suit you, but it gives you some really good steps and reminders to follow. And what I'd really love to hear, just for people to share below, is some of the feelings that they're stepping into. You know, anyone who's watching my channel, we've all talked a lot about creating the future we want, but there's no point trying to create an external world if we're not creating the internal feelings of how we want to feel. So I'm a strong believer, and I've just seen it played out, that when we all step into how we want to feel individually, the external world can't fail but to come along on a vibrational frequency. So that's the end of session 2. I'm loving doing this because this is a really good reminder for me. I'm now going to go back onto my vision boards this weekend, and I'm going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to get the cats to help me. And what I'm going to be sharing, I've got certain things that I'm manifesting for this week. So what I'm going to do is share those with you next week and let you know how they've come along, which ones I've manifested, perhaps which ones I haven't, and if I've learned anything as to why. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Roxie Nafousi for your lovely book. As I said, all the links will be below. The links to Liz's t-shirts will be below. I must say this angle is not very flattering for me. I'll have to look up. I have to manifest how to put my laptop so I have a more flattering angle. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Speak soon.